So, this is Lucifer here, business and spiritual consultant, as always. And what else would I be doing on earth if I wasn't talking about everything that the world is made of, which is business and spirituality? Um, so, one thing you have to understand is that whatever you pay attention to creates your reality, right? So, if I pay attention to the Illuminati, I'm going to have the Illuminati in my reality. If I pay attention to cops shooting people in the streets, I'm going to see a cop shoot somebody in the street. Whatever you pay attention to actually creates your reality. You got to pay attention. So, this is bar. This is just like the bar. This is like the barum. This goes on with everything, right? Like if you're watching YouTube, if you're watching negative shit on YouTube, if you're watching negative shit on YouTube, then you're gonna create negative shit in your life. Period. And if you think that you're doing good and that you're serving justice by snitching on people and calling out injustices and shit like that, nope. The universe doesn't give a shit. The universe doesn't give a shit about who's negative and who's not. The universe only cares about what you do and what you see. So you need to pay attention. If you choose to call out injustice, if you choose to call out injustices, or criminal activities, that's your choice. You have to understand that's your choice, and the universe does not necessarily need or has to support you in your decision. Because the universe wants you to have a better life. The universe wants you to elevate yourself into a higher state until you become God level. The universe wants you to become Raiden. You know what I mean? From Mortal Kombat. You know what I mean? Like the universe wants you to become Zeus. The universe wants you to become, all these great entities. You might be Aphrodite, you might be Hermes, you might be, who knows? Who knows? A lot of people with ADHD, attention deficit disorder might be because you're, I would connect attention deficit disorder people with Hermes, the god of speed, right? Everything has to happen fast. It has to happen fast or else you're going to lose attention. So it has to be fast. It got to be like fast moving things. It has to be things that you can do right now, at this moment. Let's do it, right? So you're connected to Hermes. If you have attention deficit disorder, it's because you're connected to Hermes. So you got to do things fast. You got to let yourself be fast. And if you have to rest, go and rest and then go do that thing again. Right? Don't feel like, oh, I got attention deficit disorder, I'm a bad person because of that. No. There's a reason why you got attention deficit disorder. It's because you like shit to be done fast. And you're a fast person yourself. So live your life as a fast thinking individual. Live your life as Hermes. It might take you a bit more time to learn things, but maybe you don't need to learn these things. Maybe there's a specific thing you need to learn in order to make your ability of going fast going faster. That's what you should concentrate on. You know, you got to find these things that permit you to use your fast thinking mind and in a proper way. You know, um, there's not just one God. There are many gods. There are gods of a bunch of things. There's even gods of drinking. A lot of people talk about ayahuasca. Ayahuasca is an alcohol. It's an alcohol, and there's a god related to ayahuasca. You know what I mean? So which is a god of partying and drinking senselessly. So you might be that person, but you have to understand yourself in order to properly use that ability. This is too advanced. This is too advanced for y'all. But I'm dropping the knowledge on y'all because not everybody likes to drink, not everybody likes to smoke, not everybody likes to take drugs, but they have something, they have an ability that in the modern day world might look like a disability, but in actuality, it's their greatest strength and their greatest ally. But you have to know yourself and know other things in order to realize that this is not, you're not being, you're just not being who you're supposed to be, and things are not happening in the way that you want it to happen because you're not being that person. You're forcing that God self, that higher self out of you because you don't want to have anything to do with that. Because society tells you that's wrong, because society tells you that that's bad, because society tells you that you need to take medication if you're like that. You need to take, if you're a god, you need meditation. You not meditation, you need medication. That's what it is right now. That's how it is right now. If you're a god, you need medication. That's what they're doing to gods. They're giving them medication in order to remove the god self from them, and they become another form of zombified character walking on this earth. So, whatever you pay attention to changes your reality. Whatever you pay attention to changes your reality. If you spend many years watching a specific person being negative all the time, saying negative shit, having negative content, negative YouTube channel, negative Instagram, and you watching all of that shit consistently, and in your mind you think that's cool. In your mind you think that's some cool shit. It's going to change your reality. Because you're telling the universe that that's what you want in your life. But you're not going to get the things that this person has. You're going to get the negative things that the person has. So you're not going to take over somebody's life by just watching him. What you're going to receive is the negative things that this person talks about. But you're not going to get the things that this person has, because you might think that the person is cool and what he's wearing is cool and what he's doing is cool, but this person is not talking about how cool he is. This person is not talking about how nice these things look. He's talking about negative shit. So you're going to receive the negative shit that he's talking about, right? You got to be careful. And some people do that shit on purpose. There's a lot of people that do that shit on purpose, man. They do that shit on purpose. They're trying to keep the masses dumb, stupid, and blind, right? They try to keep the masses dumb, stupid, and blind so they can make a profit off of this dumb, stupid, and blind people. See, the thing is, in my business, which is spirituality, right? People always saying, don't give the waters of the universe to swine. Don't give knowledge to swine. The only problem with that is the swine that you're talking about is everybody. So there's a contradiction in that statement. There's a contradiction in that statement because you yourself, you have to express your godhood. You have to say to the world that when you have this knowledge, you got to express it. When you got knowledge, you gotta express it. When you're a badass, you gotta express it. When you're a great fighter, you gotta express it. People have to see it. People have to hear it, and they have to see it. So when you are expressing yourself and when you're being yourself, your higher self, your ultimate self, and people comes around and somebody comes around and tell you that you shouldn't give this knowledge to swine, you shouldn't show beautiful thing to swine, you're telling me that I'm not, you're like reversing my God self, right? Because you're telling me I should not be myself around everybody. Because when you talk, the swine that you're talking about is everyone. Because I'm not talking to one specific person. It's not like I go on YouTube and I know exactly who I'm talking to. Right? It's not like I go on YouTube and I'm like, yo, this is Lucifer here, and I'm making this video for Mark that lives in Mississauga on 35th Ave. You know, watch this at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 3:45 in the afternoon, and you know, I'm talking to you and you specifically. That's not what we do. Nobody does that on YouTube, right? So the swine that you're talking about is everybody. It's general. It's a general statement. It's a general statement, right? But the thing is, if I don't speak to the so-called swine, then Gerald from Mississauga on 35th Ave watching my video at 3:45 in the afternoon will never hear this shit. Even if I was trying to talk to Gerald. Because I don't talk to swine. It's a misconception general statement, and at the same time there is a fact to that statement, but at the same time you can't be scared of doing things. You can't let anything scare you out of doing things. You know, if the spiritual don't like it, whatever, and they're right to not liking it, because when you give out secrets, when you give out knowledge, like the knowledge that I give out, a lot of the times it gets misconstrued or it gets misused. So of course somebody out there is going to see how the knowledge is not properly being used, and that person's going to be angry, and that person's going to be angry at me, and he's going to be angry at the person that misused it. He's going to be angry at everything all across the board. So the spirit world looking at the shit, and they might be like, I might say some secret and somebody else goes the wrong way with it, and the spirit's mad at me because look what you did. You know what I mean? Like, this fucking idiot just used the knowledge that you just dropped to do some stupid shit. That's your fault. It's not my fault. He can listen to whoever he wants to listen to. It's not my fault. I'm just trying to teach. It's not like I didn't make the video for Gary the house wrecker. You know what I mean? I didn't make the video for Gary the house wrecker. That wasn't my intention. My intention was to teach the masses and Gerald from Mississauga. You know what I mean? It was for Gerald from Mississauga. It wasn't for Gary the house wrecker. You know what I mean? But Gary the house wrecker will probably listen to your shit. And Gary the house wrecker will take your shit and destroy people's lives with it. And that's fucked up. And that's why that statement about not teaching, you know, greatness to swine, not giving golden knowledge to swine, you know, makes sense. But at the same time, it's a contradiction, because if you don't express yourself, if you don't talk, if you keep everything bottled up inside, and you'll just disappear from the planet, nobody's gonna know about you. Nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna care. You best know that shit. You know what I mean, bro? That's 100% facts. Nobody's gonna care. You're not gonna become stronger. You're not gonna have a place in the world. You're not gonna have a place in the world. You're not gonna have a place in the world because you did not express your true self. No one knows about your true self. People know about my true self. You know about my true self. I am Lucifer. I've been in many YouTube battles. I've been in many real life battles, and I've survived all of them. All of them. So there's no doubt about me. But there is some doubt about many other people out there. And those same people that we have doubts about have doubts about themselves. They have doubt about themselves. Because people come around and tell them, oh, you shouldn't teach bullshit like that, swine. So he shuts up. He just stands there and he twists his thumbs around all day because people told him not to talk. So he doesn't talk. And then other people, and then he's like, well, if I can't talk, I'm gonna go do this instead. And then people come at him and be like, oh, well, look at this guy. He's better at what you're doing than you are. So he can't talk. He can't do other things. So he doesn't do other things. So where is that going to lead you if everything you try to do, and even on a speech level, just talking, you're getting blockages just by talking? You're accepting the blockage just because you don't have to be blocked. You can say whatever you want at any time and day. You can say whatever you want. You can walk outside and say fuck the world if you want to. Nobody can stop you from doing it. But if somebody tells you not to do it and you don't do it, that's a blockage, right? That's because you have a mental blockage. I'm not saying you're crazy. I'm not saying you're retarded. I'm not saying anything like that. What I'm saying is the fact that somebody told you not to do something and you actually don't do it, you are blocking yourself from doing that thing. That's what I'm saying. You're blocking yourself from doing that thing. So if you go out here, if you make a YouTube video, if you make a blog or a vlog or anything of that matter, and you don't want to have any self-expression in it, you're blocked. You got blockages. You created blockages. You created blockages in your mind. I mean, you're not the one creating those blockages because society told you to do whatever people tell you to do. Society told you that the government, society told you that the government knows what's best for you. So what's best for you is non-self-expression. So you don't express yourself. The government told you, the society told you that the government said that, not following the pack is toxic. So you follow the pack. Because all these trivial, tribal way of thinking is what's going on right now. That's what's really good in certain aspects of society or in certain communities. So you, as a well-thinking, well-oiled machine that learned from school and that learned from other people who are sheep, whether you want to admit it or not, who are sheep. But you're a logical human being. You ain't stupid. So all these people existed before you. So of course you're going to do whatever these people told you because they've been around longer than you have. So logically thinking, it makes sense for me to listen to these MFers. Logically, it makes sense. Logically. But spiritually and factually, it doesn't make sense. Because you follow the crowd, you're nobody. You're just part of the crowd. You're not an individual. In every crowd, there's a leader. You can choose to be a follower, you can choose to be a leader. Not everybody is meant to lead, and not everybody is meant to follow. And a lot of people right now, there are leaders out here that follow people. There are leaders out here that follow people, man. They want to follow people, bro. They want to follow people. They want to follow people because it's easier. They want to follow people because it's easier, because they don't have to have the responsibility. But you know what? Mr. Leader Boy, Mr. Leader Man, the spiritual world is not going to let you follow people. It's going to wreck your shit up. And it's gonna have no remorse into fucking your shit up. Why? Because you're not supposed to be following people. People are supposed to follow you. You see, a guy like me, I can't follow people. Every time I follow people, it's like I'm cursing myself. For real. Every time I follow people, man, everything goes to shit. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm like, you know what? Let me work here for 2 minutes. I'll follow a little bit. Let me work here for 2 minutes. And do my, and then I'm gonna go off and do something else. You know what I mean? At some time and point. Somewhere along the lines. And me as a business-minded guy, I let you know right there and then that I'm with you, but I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna send you some, business ideas. So you already know that I'm gonna be like the kind of guy that's gonna have a side, you're gonna have a side business, and I'm gonna take care of that side business if you're ready for that kind of shit. And a lot of people ain't ready for that kind of shit. A lot of entrepreneurs don't understand that kind of shit. Trust me, I've been there. So shit always seems to crumble when I try to follow other people. But when shit don't crumble is when I do my own thing. Shit doesn't crumble when I do my own thing. When I try to follow other people, shit always crumble. It never works out because I'm not meant to follow people. I was meant to lead. Because I am a leader. And some people will follow me for good reasons. They're not gonna follow me because I'm the next thing and I'm cool and I'm the next big thing. No, they're gonna follow me because they want to follow me because they understand the knowledge, they understand the process, they understand everything. Right? They understand today's mathematics. That's why people follow me. They don't follow me because I might look good or I dress well, some shit like that. That bull crap. You don't need all that shit. That's bullshit. That's some matrix shit. That's the illusion. Watching people counting money. Come on. Man, give me a break. Give me a fucking break, dude. That's just, come on. It's ridiculous. So yeah, man, like watch out, cause you could be a leader, but you don't notice. You're always like you're a leader, but you don't know you're a leader. So you're following people, and like the business doesn't, it's not elevating to the next level. It's not going to the next level. You don't understand why, and people always seem to have a problem with you being around and shit. And they seem to be jealous. They're not jealous. It's their spiritual. Of course, they're jealous, but listen, you have to stop thinking jealousy is a personal emotion and feeling. It's not a spiritual fact. Jealousy is not a spiritual fact. What the spiritual fact of the jealousy that's brought to you is that the spirit world is trying to tell you. It's not, the spirit world is not trying to be jealous of you. The spirit world is trying to tell you that you're supposed to lead. You're not supposed to be here. You're wasting your time here. But it comes to you in the fashion that everybody's angry. It's not that people are angry at you. It's that you're in the wrong place. You are in the wrong place, bro. That's what's going on. You're in the wrong place. You need to get the F out of whatever the fuck you in right now. That's what you need to do. Everybody needs to do that shit. I'm not perfect. I need to do a little. I still got work to do. I still got work to do too. But I know. So I'll evidently get out of whatever situation that I might be in. I know a lot of shit. I am miles ahead of all this crap. Miles. Decades I'm living in the future. People think I'm living today. I'm not living today. I'm in the future. You know what I mean, bro? People want to see me. You can't see me. You know what I mean? People want to see me. You cannot see me. You got your neighbors. Sometimes your neighbors looking at you, trying to look at you, trying to see what you do. You can't see shit. You can't see shit because I'm too far in the future. I'm not even here right now. I'm here, but I'm not here. You can see my physical body, but my mind is in the year 3000. My mind is in the year 4000. I'm not here today. My body is here today. Because my body is a solid form of atom. But on the subatomic level, my vibrations are 1,000 steps ahead. What you're seeing today is not a result of anything. What you're seeing today is what your mind is capable of perceiving. So people's mind perceive me in a certain way, but they can't really see me. They don't really know me. And they're probably never going to know me. There's a lot of people on YouTube that's never going to know me. There's a lot of people in real life that's never going to know me. There's a lot of other people that are. Because I'm in their space. I'm not in your space. Because I chose to head and to enter that realm and that world and that dimension. So my spirit is already over there. That sometimes you're watching things and the things react to what you're watching. That's because you are in that dimension. It's like sometimes, I don't know if that shit happens to you, man. Sometimes, I get a little bit crazy in the head, and then I watch some shit, and it almost seems like the shit that I'm watching wants to make fun of me. But the thing is, I'm a powerful being, so the thing wants to make fun of me because I'm a powerful being, but then something happens to that person that I'm watching. Like, it's weird, it's like, you're watching two boxers and one of the boxers seems to be like making fun of you, and you get punched in the face, pow, and then he gets knocked out. That's the kind of shit that I'm talking about. Your spirit is already there. Your higher self is already in the spot that you're supposed to be in. The body cannot follow you in those dimensions because the body is made solid. But those fourth dimensional entities that don't know shit and they're stupid, they're little gremlins, that's all they are. They're not smart. They're not that smart. They're just gremlins. And it's not like they're stupid. It's just they chose to be corrupted people. So corrupted people will do corrupted ass shit. Right? So, and corrupted ass shit is not necessarily smart things to do. It's usually quite the opposite. So, those guys can't help themselves but to be surprised when they realize that your spirit is already on that level. But you physically, you might not be there yet. You best believe that your spirit is already there because that's your destiny. That's the destiny you chose to have. That's the destiny you chose to have. That's the place where you want to be. Right? And so that inevitably will be the place that you will end up in. Inevitably. Because there is no such thing as time. Time, the laws of relativity dictates that time and space is absolutely the same. Things in the mirror are closer than they appear. People, I don't know if they still put that sticker on the little mirrors in the car. I've noticed that they don't put the sticker, or some people remove that shit. But in the 90s, almost every car had a little sticker saying things in the mirror are closer than they appear. That shit always blew my. The first time I was a child, and I always thought that shit was weird. It just resonated with me in a weird fashion. It was kind of like what does that mean? You know, like I can obviously, I mean, like, duh, you know, but it's like at the same time it's a duh moment, but at the same time it's a good advice to put on the mirror because you know you might not pay attention sometimes, and then you see the shit. Oh yeah, you know it's closer than you appear. But it's just the phrase, the wording. I mean, it's just there was something there, you know, like this. It resonated with me. It vibrated with my whole inner being. I mean, I was like, things in the mirror are closer than they appear. And then you look at yourself in the mirror. And then you look at yourself in the mirror, right? And then you think about that phrase, things in the mirror are closer than they appear. And then you think about mentally, right? And then you mirror yourself mentally, right? You kind of like mirroring yourself mentally is like reflecting on what you want to do, or, you know, comparing yourself to where you are and where you want to be, right? So you're mirroring yourself in your mind and shit. So you're telling me, so basically what I was telling myself was, the man that I think that I'm looking at might be the man I am today, but not necessarily. Is that what y'all trying to say? Is that what GM was trying, General Motors was trying to tell me? Is that what Honda was trying to tell me? Is that what Mercedes Benz was trying to tell me? So you're telling me the guy that I want to be is actually closer to what I think I'm seeing, right? Because in my mind, I'm looking at a man, but it seems to me with all the shit that I want to do, that guy is far behind me, right? But then you think things in the mirror are closer than they appear. So I'm thinking like, so now I have to change my mindset. So now I'm kind of I have to tell myself, I got to be like, the guy that I think that I am is closer than it appears. Man, y'all don't know about this. Y'all don't know about this shit. Y'all youngins out here. You don't know about this old school, man. You don't know about this. All y'all youngins out here don't know about this old school, bruh. Come on now. Things in the mirror are closer than they appear. So the guy that I want to be, instead of listening to fucking bullshitters all day, all I have to do is look at myself in the fucking mirror and tell myself that guy that I want to be is actually closer than I think it is. And it doesn't matter what the fuck I'm looking at the present moment. It doesn't matter if my hair ain't did, my beard is all fucked up, my lips are dry, I got cotton mouth and shit. You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Does not matter. The thing that matters is what you want to be. You know that you don't want to be a cotton mouth, hair not did, beard fucked up guy. Because if that was the case, then that guy would be closer in the mirror than it would appear. But the guy that you actually want to be, no matter what you're seeing in like, you know, directly in the mirror, right? Because you're in the car, of course your face is gonna be like all up in the fucking grill of the mirror. But that other car that's driving behind you, which is your higher self, that other car that's behind you, that's your higher self, it's actually closer than it appears. And this is what a lot of people are trying to make y'all understand, man. Can I get an amen up in this motherfucker? Goddamn. Anyways, should have been a pastor. I'll see you guys later, man. Have a good one. And remember, your mind creates your reality, bro. Your mind creates your reality. Whatever you watch, whatever you listen to, whatever you pay attention to, creates your reality. I will not watching my videos is gonna create a better reality for you. I guarantee that shit. You won't be stuck for 7 years in the same bullshit, asking people to love you and all that kind of bull crap, man. Let's get it. Have a good one.